The name India is a recent name given to us by the Britishers. India came from the word Indus, which in turn was derived from the word Sindhu, the original Sanskrit name of one of the ancient rivers of India. There is another name for India, that is Bharata. A resonance of music can be found in this name. We can expand Bharata as follows. Bha as in Bhava, the emotional part. Ra as in Raga, the tune. Ta as in Tala, the beats. If there is a balance among the three on which the whole nation stands, there will be an understanding and respect for the diversity observed in every nook and corner of this nation. Let's try to understand the forms of music and the instruments played in this video. There are different forms of music, among which the classical status is given to the two main versions, Carnatic and Hindustani. To know about the difference between these, listen to this audio clip. Let's try to understand the varied types of instruments that each of these classical boasts of. However, there are many common instruments that are used in both the classical forms of music. Let's go through the instruments on the basis of their classification. Shruti box. Shruti is the smallest interval of pitch that the human ear can detect or a musical instrument can produce. Shruti is different from Swara. Before a song is sung, the Shruti is played. The instrument or voice should be in unison with the Shruti that is selected prior to helping tune the voice or an instrument. Before the advent of Shruti box, Tambora was used for this purpose. When the voice or any other instrument is in unison with the Shruti, it results in resonance as the frequencies match. This, as directed by the musical giants, is a way to start singing in unison with the matched frequency of the Shruti. Tambora or Tanpura. This is an instrument that has a round-shaped bowl based on an elongated tube on which necessary strings are attached, making it a string instrument. The bowl is usually from 10 inches to 1.5 feet wide. It does not play tunes, nor does it help in beats. It just supports the overall harmony of the performance in creating a chord that is continuously sounded throughout. Hence, it is used as an accompaniment, which is also called a drone. These two are the main basic instruments that are common across Indian classical music that form a basic set of functions complementing each other. The advanced instruments can be classified into string instruments and wind instruments. There are several types of string instruments in both Hindustani and Carnatic. Let's start with the first one being the Veena. The southern Veena is one of the major instruments that is used in Carnatic. This is the instrument that goddess Saraswati, who happens to be the goddess of knowledge, is known to be holding. Being a string instrument, it is known for its earnestness. Sitar. This is a variant of Veena which is used exclusively in Hindustani. This variant of Veena is a lot different. It looks stylish and has a smaller bass than that of Veena. The bass resembles the shape of a tortoise. Therefore, sitar was also called Kachava. Further, the name Kachapi was given to one of the versions of Veena later for this same reason. Violin. This is a very well-known instrument adapted from Western classical. Violin is a 4-stringed instrument that can do magic among the listeners. It is said that a minister in Maratha kingdom of Tanjavur, Varahappaya, heard a piece of violin from a European band. He was the first to get attracted to the rich tonal quality of the violin. His intervention to get the violin into Carnatic music has made it possible to a host of listeners to get entertained. Rudra Veena. This Veena is an enlarged version of the classical Veena. It has a tube of length between 54 and 62 inches. Two very large resonators are attached as a support to the big lengthy Veena. This is said to have been played by Lord Shiva and hence the name Rudra Veena. Iktara. As the name indicates, ek is one and tara is the thread. This instrument is built with a single string. It is one of the simplest instruments that serve as both drone as well as the rhythmic accompaniment to the wandering joculators. Rabab. This is primarily used in Middle East but has its Indian version used in Kashmir, Punjab. It is famous for its two bellies, the first one, the bass, that extends till the tube. It is a combination of guitar, veena and violin. Sur Shringar. This instrument is a combination of three instruments and is played in Hindustani. It dates back to the famous brothers Pyar Khan, Jafar Khan and Basit Khan. They all flourished in the early part of the 19th century and are great musicians by themselves. They are known to be the descendants of Tansen, the last being Muhammad Ali Khan. Sarangi, an instrument that is used in Punjabi music and Hindustani classical, is a bowed, short-necked instrument which is like a combination of violin and sitar. It is often credited to the sound that it produces, which is very close to the vocal sound. It resembles vocal sound so much so that it can imitate vocal ornaments such as gamakam, the shaky sound, and meads, the sliding movements. It is carved out of a single log of wood, which is its speciality. Now that we have gone through some of the major instruments in the category of strings, let us find out some of the wind instruments. Flute. Flute gets the credit of being one of the earliest music instruments of India. It belongs to the wind category, having various names such as Vamshi, Basuri, Kural, Venu and so on. The flute is said to have been used in the Vedic period and also by Lord Krishna. It is one of the three celebrated instruments from India, the other two being Mridanga and Veena. Nadaswaram. Music, even to this date, is an important part of temples and cultural institutions. There are music ensembles that are supported in temples even today. There are specific groups dedicatedly meant for this. One such instrument is Nadaswaram from the Carnatic, which is the same as the Shehnai from Hindustani, though there is a major difference in the sound. Algoza. This is a simple flute kind of an instrument that has 4 holes and the wind is blown from one of the ends of the cylinder. It is confined to Punjab. Usually, algoza is played in pairs, that is 2 of them from the same mouth. When played this way, one of them acts as a drone and the other the actual notes. It will be a treat for the ears. They are the exact same as flute, just that this has a lesser number of holes when compared to the regular one. Though just by looking at the instruments, it's not that easy to figure out which type of music does this belong to. On a subtler level, it's not impossible because overall it's all Indian music.